ask for a better day to play football.
No, really, it's cool. And, you know, I mean, the field was a little wet down there, but this field, I think, handles moisture real well.
It drains very well. There's a crown that you can't see on television, but it drains to the sides and does very well. They played a high school game here last night, for example.
Big crowd there for some of those state playoff games going on in Texas.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Chandler kicks it off. And it's going to be Woody Dantzler. Found a hole. Dantzler still on his feet. They never did get him down. He's out of bounds about the 33. The starting Dallas quarterback, of course, is Chad Hutchinson. This is the offensive line. Adams, Tucker, Walter, Gerard, and Page. They've been together now for 4 weeks. That's a novelty. Smith and Thomas in the backfield. Brian Galloway wide, and Tony McGee, the tight end. Hutchinson has Emmett Smith behind him. Play pass. Just barely got rid of it. This might be called intentional grounding, but it is not.
Well, San Francisco, because of the injuries, are playing a lot of different packages. Here's Julian Peterson coming from here. And on the other side, you got Andre Carter, who's a tough matchup for Emmett Smith in pass protection right there. And they get quick pressure right away to start this game. A lot of different looks from San Francisco today, covering up for the lack of healthy safeties.
They're showing a 5-man front right now and no safeties. Galloway just off his fingertips. Hutchinson had him and they had 6.
Pat, you are exactly right. I mean, San Francisco lined up with no safeties. Chad Hutchinson saw it. Look at this. I mean, there's the matchup right there. Get beyond them and you've got 6 points early. They are going to take gambles like this. I'm telling you, Jason Webster there has his heart in his hand trying to cover one of the fastest players in the league in Joey Galloway.
That one just missed by about an inch. But it missed.
An inch would have been 6 points.
3rd and 10. Cheeky O'Keefer either saw somebody move or he just jumped.
Offside, 91 defense, unabated towards the quarterback. The 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Bernie Kukar is the referee.
Well, that was Jim Moore Jr. with the headset on, the defensive coordinator. I talked to him last night about 11:30. He was still in the laboratory trying to draw up some defenses, come up with some schemes just to get 11 healthy players on the field today.
That's not your best place for conversation anyway.
Oh, in the laboratory?
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Hutchinson with time, fires incomplete. Galloway the target. Tony Parrish, Jason Webster broke it up.
Well, San Francisco is the worst defense in the league on 3rd downs. And they're happy and celebrating every time they get off the field on 3rd down like that, whatever it takes. You know, and they almost give up a bomb for a touchdown. All those things, you know what? It's just a long strike.
And the Cowboys are almost last in converting on 3rd down. They're 31st. Filipovic punting to Jimmy Williams, who took one all the way back last week against Seattle. And this has been a Dallas weakness. They haven't got him yet. And finally brought down by Reggie Swinton as he crossed to the 35. Good return by Williams. Again, a 52-yard punt followed by a 46-yard return.
You know, and when your defense is struggling and you can't get lined up and you don't have enough bodies, you have to make up for it in other ways. Last week, Jimmy Williams went 89 yards for a touchdown. And here, just a touchdown saving tackle by Reggie Swinton here to save that one. And that's funny because Swinton was their punt returner in Dallas a couple of weeks ago.
1st and 10, San Francisco. Jeff Garcia over the middle. Tight end Eric Johnson. Here's the 49er offense led by Jeff Garcia.
Receives the pass complete to number 2
Willig, Heitman, Newberry, Stone, and Scott Gregg up front. Garrison Hurst will carry the load at running back with Beasley in front of him. Owens, Streets, and Johnson. Derek Deese is out, inactive with an injured ankle. This is Garrison Hurst. Inside the 25. Here's the Cowboy defense. This is a unit that's played well. Up front is Echelon, Noble, Glover, and Ellis. The linebackers, they can all run totally. Dadwin and Kevin Hardy. Edwards, Williams, Dixon, and Ross in the secondary. A very young secondary.
Yeah, if this was college, they'd have 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior back there. The youngest secondary in the league, and going against one of the more experienced receiving corps. Terrell Owens, of course, the leader up at the top.
Garcia. Good play. Ty Streets made the reception. Roy Williams up.
That we met with Jeff Garcia yesterday. What'd you think when he came into the room? What was the first impression?
This guy just woke up.
He just woke up, and you know, playing quarterback in San Francisco, it's got to be tough. With the legends of Montana and Young over the last 20 years.
And before that, Brody and Frankie Albert.
Yeah, and a guy named Spurrier was there. But, you know, and he feels that pressure. What Jeff needs to do is just relax and play. He's been a great player here the last 3 years.
Screen pass for Hurst, bounced to him. It was well covered at any rate. Roy Glover put the heat on Garcia.
And I think Jeff knows that. I think he knows that. You know, he's got a little smile on his face today, just to lighten up. Play the game like he did at San Jose State. Play the game like he did for his father in high school.
In Canada.
In Canada, like he did when he was winning Grey Cups and MVPs at Calgary in Canada.
Now you're looking at the unit that's the best in the NFL in converting on third down.
Yeah, amazing. Over 50% on third down conversions.
Hurst, the deep back. Garcia up into the pocket. Bounces off Hurst. He had more if he had kept it.
Yeah. Well, this is what the Cowboys want to try to prevent. Jeff Garcia from coming up into this lane here. When he does, he pressures the defense. Now, that time, you're right, Pat, he probably could have held on to that and maybe scrambled for the first down, but that's when he gets dangerous, when he steps up and clears the traffic.
Jeff Chandler in for the field goal attempt from 44 yards out. Chandler really untested as yet. Awfully good in college at Florida. Far enough, but wide to the right. And the Cowboys escape. 0-0 at Texas Stadium. The 49ers can't take advantage of the punt return by Jamie Williams. They come away empty-handed. You can't do that every time.
Well, that's their second kicker, you know, this year.
Yeah.
And this is the missed kick here.
Just now.
Yeah, he didn't practice all week long. And that was his pregame today was the first time he kicked all week. And earlier in the game, earlier today in pregame, here he was missing some just over that right upright. A little bit off there in pregame.
1st and 10 Dallas. Emmitt Smith in the deep back. Hutchinson changing plays. To Emmitt. No place to go. But Emmitt found a place and got a couple. O'Keefer pursuit.
See, that's Tony Parrish, who started his 78th straight game today, but with a dislocated right elbow. I don't know what that contraption thing is there. Somewhere, you know, his arm swelled this week. After dislocating his elbow, he popped it back into place, finished the game last week, and it swelled to the size of a leg. And now it still looks like a leg on his arm.
Like he might have a little snack in there or something. On 2nd down, Hutchinson. Whalen makes the reception. Dives, I believe, for a 1st down.
You know, Chad Hutchinson has got to do a lot at the line of scrimmage today to really see what San Francisco is doing. They're just going to show things today that no team in this league has seen. I mean,
Ever.
I mean, Julian Peterson, you know, played cornerback on the last play. He's going to play at safety today. He's going to line up all over the field, and that's going to be a key for Hutchinson to be able to see where he's at.
To Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt whirls up the sideline with a 38 of San Francisco, knocked out of bounds by Mike Rumpf. Emmitt can still turn it on.
Yeah, he can, and that's one way to say the heck with whatever San Francisco's doing. We're going to run the football. And they're getting better up front. There's Flazell Adams. Look at that block on the outside. That got him the corner. Now look at Robert Thomas leading him through the hole. And what we've seen over the last month with this offensive line now starting for the 4th game in a row is some continuity, and it can actually get to the line of scrimmage without a breakdown.
18 yards for Emmitt Smith on that carry. Same play. No yards on that carry. Right now, let's send you to Los Angeles and James Brown for a game break.
Hey, Pat and Brian, as you recall, Jeff, make this. Dante Hall had a 90-yard punt return for a score last week. Today, he adds an 88-yard kickoff return to the mix. It is 7-3 Chiefs, 2 special teams touchdowns for Mr. Dante Hall. Back to Pat and Brian.
2 explosive teams there. Hutchinson, draw play to Hambrick. A yard maybe.
Troy Hambrick rotating in there with Emmitt Smith, and my feeling about that is that Emmitt Smith has proved what and deserves the chance to help them win every game here the rest of the season. And unless Troy Hambrick looks like Michael Vick with the football in his hand and electrifies you every time, I say you stand with the guy that got you championship rings and is going to help you win the most games that you can win this year.
I think you're exactly right. 3rd down. 49ers jumping around. Cowboys did a pretty good job of picking it up, and they got a man open.
Got a block.
Wiley. Wiley headed for the end zone. He's down at the 6. Michael Wiley out of the backfield, stopped by Moore.
Pat, you're exactly right. He got protection up front because here they come. I mean, they bring 3 guys to the right side. Hambrick does an excellent job in protection. Tyson Walter there allowed Wiley the time to come across the field here. Gets a good block from Joey Galloway to get him down there inside the 10-yard line.
A gain of 31 yards on that completion to Wiley.
Well, they haven't been down here all that much this year, but they're getting better, and they're getting down here more often.
Emmitt Smith hurdles 1. Might have nudged it down to the 5 or 6, but not much.
You see Emmitt just hurdle that soup right in front of him.
Yep.
You know, I just watch him get up off the ground. Most guys, I don't care what position you play 13 years in this league, you have a hard time getting up off the turf after a play. And my feeling is most guys end their careers because of injuries and they get age. But Emmitt hasn't been injured. The guy is just remarkable. He bounces up off the turf and recovers quickly.
His 4,000th carry. Pretty soon he'll get it right.
Yeah, right. A little bit of practice
Here
there.
comes the pressure. And Hutchinson wisely dumped it. He was pressured by O'Keefer. As many people as they're bringing, it's going to be a rare down where they don't swing somebody free.
Well, here's it is. Now, Chad Hutchinson does a nice job of just staying in there. He's been hit a lot this year. Sacked a bunch, almost 6 times a game that he's been in there, but he doesn't flinch. He doesn't just run out of there. He doesn't give up on plays, and he's earned the respect of all of his team, and he's earning the respect around the league as being a tough guy.
Hambrick is behind Hutchinson on 3rd down. The give is to Hambrick, who broke 1 tackle, but couldn't break the next one. Got to the 4. The field goal unit will come on. Andre Carter made the stop.
Well, there they are. They got down in that red zone. Yep. They got the big play by Wiley down to the 7, and then they never took a shot into the end zone. And I think that you get down there and your team that's trying to get on track and win your 3rd in a row, get aggressive and at least against the secondary, challenge him in the end zone.
Well, if you don't get any yards on first down, which they didn't, the defense has pretty well won that battle. Pundit is good from 23 yards away. And the Cowboys break on top with Simerall with Brian Baldinger at Texas Stadium. The Cowboys just got a field goal. They have scored the fewest points in the NFL in the first quarter. Jerry Jones, the owner, not smiling yet.
Well, heck, no. 3 points he knows isn't going to be enough today.
Jimmy Williams almost broke the punt return.
Wow. Roy Williams.
Ball is loose. Whoa. Somebody headed him in the other direction in a hurry.
That was Roy Williams. Came down. I'm telling you, this kid, he's the best rookie in the NFL.
And recovered the fumble as well.
I don't. Holy mackerel, what a hit on a kickoff. And Jimmy Williams comes to a complete stop. This is boom. Whoa. Jimmy Williams doesn't know where he's at. Watch him turn his head here.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Here, if you want the ball, take it. If you want it that bad.
Oh, that's the lead highlight today.
First and 10 Cowboys at the 31 of San Francisco. Hutchinson.
I tell you,
Jason Webster broke it up.
For a guy that is a mild manner is Roy Williams. He comes in and he's laid back and doesn't ever get too excited. That hit, that was brutal.
That's about the only
Nobody wants to return a kick when you get hit like that and smacked. They're all talking about it. Look at them. They all know it on the sideline. I mean, that energizes the whole sideline. They're like, did you see that? Did you hear it?
Second and 10. Hutchinson drops again.
Whoa.
Pass was caught and then dropped by Galloway. Ahmed Plummer jarred it loose.
There's some crunching going on, you know. This rivalry, Pat, you basically were there when it all started.
Yeah.
That championship game in '81 with Dwight Clark and Montana's come-out game. And, you know, they played some great games over the years. And although some of those great players, of course, have gone on, I think the rivalry between these two teams still exists. And you kind of get that hitting today.
It's lasting. Well, the Cowboys, of course, remember Terrell Owens standing in the middle of the star.
Yeah, I like that.
This is Hambrick, Wiley, I beg your pardon. It's Michael Wiley, who usually plays with Hambrick. He made the good pass reception earlier. Didn't get the first down. But they're going to measure.
Hey, Michael,
maybe he did.
He had some good runs on Thanksgiving. A couple of draw plays that he really got loose on. He's like the one-back set now, where there's just one back there. He comes in there and takes that role a little bit.
Very good pass defender, pass catcher, I should say.
Very good blocker.
Good blocker. First down. Just by the end of the ball.
This Cowboy team, they came out ready to play.
Yes,
now,
they did.
A lot of people thought last Thanksgiving rivalry game, Washington, Spurrier on the sidelines, they got juiced up for that. But this team is getting better. And, you know, they came out of the blocks, and they're coming out fast here today. And they're in scoring position again.
You know what the real key is, I think, is the fact that they've got the same bunch playing in the offensive line for the first time.
No question about it. Julian Peterson down here playing Antonio Bryant one-on-one.
Emmett to the 15. Plummer tripped him up.
Emmett ran right by Julian Peterson. I tell you, I just think Emmett just feels like this is, you know, this is another chance to play some football. Runs right by him. And he's making some 2- and 3-yard runs that are fantastic runs. You know, for so long, his offensive line was so good here, he wouldn't get touched the first 5 yards. He's actually having to demonstrate more running back skills now than he did, I think, 5-10 years ago.
Gets another chance. Brandon Moore made the penetration that stopped him.
Well, with all the injuries to the San Francisco secondary, Julian Peterson is their chess piece today. So that's his normal position. He's at linebacker. He's a strong side linebacker. He's also their pass rushing defensive end. You'll see him in those two spots. But today already, a couple occasions, he's lined up and covered wide receivers one-on-one, and then he'll also be the deep safety sometimes. You got to know where 98 is before every snap.
Hutchinson drops. Roll out. Just broken up. He had Antonio Bryant. Plummer got a hand on it and broke it up.
He just got a hand on it because it looked like Chad was going to thread that ball and just drop it in over the corner. Bryant was jumping for this catch. And Plummer
hit him.
Yeah, a little tip drill there. That's a tough reaction.
Yeah, it's a tough. You don't realize how fast that's happening when we play it back.
Exactly.
Billy Cundiff will try this time from 37 yards out. Cowboys lead it already 3-0. Cundiff is good from 37.
By Cadillac, bold vehicles define convention. By Circuit City, we're with you. And by Capital One, what's in your wallet?
At Texas Stadium, the Cowboys lead 6-0 on 2 field goals by Billy Cundiff, but they've controlled this game so far. Jimmy Williams about the 6. Good coverage by the Cowboys special teams again, led by Roy Williams again.
Wow.
Here he comes.
Leah Remini.
Deep in the middle of the field, and watch Ray Crockett break on the ball. That was a slant inside out of the slot position.
Put on a show here on kickoff coverage. There's one.
You know, Roy Williams, meet Jimmy Williams. Jimmy Williams doesn't want any part of kickoff returns here the rest of the day.
Garcia to Hurst. Dexter Coakley made the stop right now. Let's return to James Brown in the Fox Network Center in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat and Brian, Kansas City not letting up at all. Take a look at Eric Hicks, defensive end, slapping the ball loose from Jamie Martin, picked up by Dwayne Clemens. He rumbles 42 yards for the score. That is the 11th non-offensive touchdown allowed by the Rams, a record in the Super Bowl era. Kansas City up by 11. Back to Pat.
All right, JB, and you look at the standings. The San Francisco 49ers can clinch with a victory and a loss by St. Louis, or a tie by St. Louis. Scott Gregg moved early.
Ball start.
Those hits by Roy Williams, a couple of venomous hits.
Still second down.
Yeah, it's a venomous bite. I tell you, that puts the fear of, the fear of what into you, and it'll take it out of you.
Yeah.
It'll take the courage out of you too. This is still a game about hitting, blocking, being more physical. Right now, the Cowboys are taking it to the 49ers early in this game.
Second down, 3 wide receivers. 49ers, Garcia gives to Hurst. He breaks one tackle and gets out across the 35. Roy Williams made the stop.
One of the reasons, look, the Cowboys here are starting to play some pretty good football. The defense has shown up most of the year, Pat. Mike Zimmer, the defensive coordinator, has done a good job with these young players, but this was a very good draft for the Cowboys. They got 2 rookies starting in the secondary, Roy Williams, Derek Ross out there getting better at left corner. They got a center in Tyson Walter, quarterback in Chad Hutchinson. It doesn't take much in this league to turn things around.
And they got a guy who they think is going to be a fullback. Pass complete to J.J. Stokes, and that'll be enough for a 49er first down. Here's their draft. Williams, starter at guard. Antonio Bryant. Derek Ross starting in the secondary. Tyson Walter starting at center. And Chad Hutchinson.
Got the fullback Jamar Martin, who got hurt in preseason, plus the punter and the kicker. Cundiff, still here. Filopovich, the punter. So, I mean, and then you've got guys like Pete Hunter that are playing who's a rookie.
Garcia drops. Screen pass, and it's swarmed on. Kevin Hardy played it as it should be played.
Yeah. San Francisco got away with one. Watch the left tackle, Matt Willie, who's in place of Derek Deese today against Ekuban here. So he got beat inside, so kind of just tackled him and threw him down. That's
Kevin
good
Hardy.
penetration.
Excuse me. Kevin Hardy's another addition.
Oh.
They got him, and he's playing very well.
Boy, him and Leroy Glover, very good free agent acquisitions. And second down and long here, you got to look at this man right here in the middle, Leroy Glover.
You got to watch number 81 for San Francisco as well. His Hurst passed the 40, not enough for a first. Dexter Coakley tripped him up.
Look, Harrison Hurst, last week for the first time this year, got a chance to be the full-time running back with the injury to Kevin Barlow, and he set a career record, 31 rushes last week, 3 touchdowns, a career record, and didn't look tired at the end of that game.
No, he didn't.
Got stronger, and guy with a great personality. He's come back from all kinds of adversity and injuries, and what a joy to watch him play.
3rd and 8. Garcia back. Here comes the blitz. And the blitz took its toll. They didn't get him, but he saw him coming.
Well, that's the rookie Pete Hunter. We were just talking about him. He comes in when the team has 3 wide receivers, and here he is. He comes free.
But there's a flag on the play. Bernie Kukar, again, the referee.
Hands to the face by the Cowboys. A costly penalty to get an automatic first down.
Number 27 defense, hands to the face.
Mario
That's a 5-yard
Edwards.
penalty, first down.
That's costly. It's an automatic first down.
Yeah. The cornerback. You don't see that hands to the face by a cornerback that much.
Now what happens is you're just trying to get a jam on a receiver and you miss, and it slides off the body and hits him in the face.
That's right. 1st and 10, San Francisco. Garcia. Ties streets.
Just watch Roy Williams get on that tackle. You know, they put him in positions now. He's a safety, and they move him around a lot like they did at Oklahoma. They give him a lot of freedom. And wherever the ball is, at the end of a play, you'll find 31. He's going to be there. And if somebody else isn't making the tackle, he's going to clean it up. Like a vacuum cleaner out there collecting tackles.
2nd and 4 to Dallas. 46. Garcia to Hurst. Lost a yard. Dexter Coakley, first man there. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Dallas Cowboys 6, the 49ers nothing. Look at the first quarter statistics controlled by the Cowboys, like the game has been controlled so far by the Cowboys, who lead 6-0. Their defense has done its work.
They look very sharp, and they're moving right now. They're moving, you know, really quick out there.
3-man front. Garcia up in the pocket. Fires incomplete. Eric Johnson had it on his waist. That one dropped by the tight end. That was a good throw.
Pat, watch what the Cowboys do here to contain Garcia. They only rush 2. These 2 guys are standing there, so he can't step up in the middle. See, Garcia, you know, he wants to step up there and pressure the defense, and they're just standing there waiting on him. A game plan move by the Cowboys to control Garcia. And it worked.
LaFleur is the 49er punter. Back to return for Dallas. Joey Galloway. Short kick. He signals fair catch. And they get it at the 22. 26-yard kick. That won't keep you around for another payday. Despite the dislocated right elbow, is back in the secondary. I don't know how long he'll stay.
Well, you're down 6-0,
Yep.
and you really haven't done a good job of slowing this offense down yet. They want to get their best players on the field.
That makes sense.
Get the best guys out there?
Yep.
Yeah, nothing revolutionary about that.
First down. Hutchinson drops the throw. The pressure comes from the other side. Just did get rid of it. Intercepted by Parrish.
Get your best players on the field because they make plays. Here's Tony Parrish out here. Playing a safety, taking the 1/3 of the field. Hutchinson got hit on the throw.
Yep.
But McGee, this ball went right through Tony McGee's hands. Little high.
The pressure came from Julian Peterson, I believe, didn't he? Or O'Keefer. O'Keefer.
Yeah, O'Keefer got there. Hutchinson got hit, took a little bit off that throw.
Just a little bit high with the throw. So it's first down 49ers at the Dallas 40. They have tested this defense. Garcia.
Jeez.
Ball is batted down by Roy Williams.
But Roy Williams gets the payday, but Kevin Hardy makes this possible. Here's one, and there's two. Hardy takes the tackle, and then Roy Williams. There's a part of Jeff Garcia that's buried somewhere in that new turf for the Cowboys Stadium. Some part of Jeff Garcia, a freckle, something is off of him, and it's on that turf now.
2nd and 10. They got to go to Owens at some point. From behind, Leroy Glover gets Garrison Hurst. He never got underway. For a game break, let's again return to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat, this one did get underway. St. Louis battling back. Take a look at Jamie Martin. Play action, 8-yard strike to Isaac Bruce. His 6th receiving touchdown of the season. It is now a 4-point game back in the first. Back to Pat Summerall and Brian Baldinger.
You figured there'd be a lot of points in that game.
Not a lot of defense, that's for sure.
3rd and 10. This Cowboy defensive unit has risen to the occasion. Here they come again. Garcia steps up and throws. Incomplete. In the direction of Owens, but no chance.
Right, they're putting a lot of pressure on Garcia. He's not comfortable in there right now.
We can't get set.
Yeah, he can't get set. They're pressuring him in the middle. We've seen a lot of different packages there. The way they're coming at him. And if a quarterback can't get comfortable and can't get set, that ball is always going to be erratic.
Bill LaFleur in the punt for the 49ers. Joey Galloway back deep again. LaFleur. Straight up and short. Galloway again signals fair catch. Makes it at about the 20. San Francisco can't take advantage. Next week, it's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader beginning with America's #1 pregame show. Then the Redskins take on the first-place Eagles, followed by Brett Favre, the NFC North champion Packers, taking on Terrell Owens and these 49ers in a possible playoff preview or other regional action. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Here on Fox, Chad Hutchinson hands to Troy Hambrick.
Yeah, I was listening to some interviews up in Green Bay who clinched in that NFC North last week, Pat, and I think sometimes you can clinch too early. I mean, San Francisco,
no question about it.
The win today, and if St. Louis loses, they can clinch. And Mariucci's been in that situation before where you clinch early, and all of a sudden, where's the motivation? You're not as hungry going into the playoffs. The Cowboys, basically out of the playoffs, look fresh and a lot hungrier today here.
McGee on the move. Hambrick. Nothing. The NFC playoff picture is not as complicated as the AFC. Certainly the top 6 makes the playoffs. Philadelphia, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, and San Francisco leading their divisions right now. Atlanta and New Orleans would be in the playoffs if we quit today, but the other people are still alive.
In San Francisco, the worst that can happen today if they win the game is they're basically going to be guaranteed a home playoff game.
Right. 3rd and 8. Make it 7. Hutchinson. Bryant out of bounds and away. But a flag on the play.
Who's just going to be, again, this might be offensive pass interference on Bryant here.
It looks like it from Dave Campo's expressions. It is against Antonio Bryant.
Well, it looked to me like Bryant lost the ball when it was up in the air.
Number 88 offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Yeah, just that left hand right there on Plummer. I mean, ticky-tacky, barely a touch, but that's what they saw, separation, giving the offensive player the advantage.
The ball was uncatchable anyway.
Well, then they shouldn't throw it.
They shouldn't.
About as calm as I've ever seen Antonio Bryant ever after a play like that.
Filipovic back to punt. Cedric Wilson deep
to the turnball path. Terrible punt.
Nothing there. Just outside the 40. Stopped by Marcus Steele. 481. No receptions today. And if San Francisco is going to be successful, that statistic can't continue. Garcia gives to Hurst. Flags on the play everywhere. Going to be against.
Yeah, this play's going to come back holding.
Yep, Michael Myers they were holding. 13-yard gain will be canceled.
Holding. 62 offense. 10-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Newberry, the offensive center, whom the 49ers do pull a lot.
Yeah, you know, and the bulletin board materials in every locker room in the NFL, and this week it was Terrell Owens in the Cowboys locker room. The Sharpie incident, the Star incident here in Dallas. Funny thing is, the 49ers all know about the fact that he's on their bulletin board. Everybody kind of knows everybody else's business in this league.
Garcia has some time this time and hits Owens for a 1st down. Not a 1st down. Beg your pardon. Picked up some of the yardage they lost on that penalty.
Well, one of the things you can do with Garcia and Owens is when the play breaks down, these two might be the best in pro football. Owens comes back to the ball. It's tough on Derrick Ross there. You're mirroring him, but this is when Garcia is dangerous. When he's out of the pocket like this, he gets all that vision in front of him, and then the receivers come back and get in his vision.
12-yard gain, make it 2nd and 8. Owens has a catch for 11 yards. Here's Hurst. Caught from behind by Leroy Glover with one hand, and he'll lose yardage.
Roped him up there. That little calf roping. Never allowed to get away here. Here's Leroy Glover working on the rookie Eric Heitman. It's a strong right hand.
Oh, it is.
Hit it though. Being able to stop Garrison Hurst at 215 pounds with a head of steam and be able to pull him down like that. Yeah, always a few rodeo groups of the fans in the stands here.
Big 3rd down coming. Garcia back to throw it. Steps up, throws to his tight end, who rolls Eric Johnson forward. I don't know if he got enough. For a game break, let's again go back to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat, here's a guy who should be a tight end. Take a look at Brad Johnson, who was 6 of 6 on this drive, hooking up with the wide receiver, Joe Juravicius. That 10-yard strike put the Bucs on the board. They're up 7-0 in a hard-hitting battle. Back to Pat Summerall and Brian Baldinger.
4th and 1 for San Francisco. LaFleur is already in the game to punt it, and Galloway standing back at about the 15 for the Cowboys.
Galloway said he likes to return punts. Another opportunity to do something with the ball.
Signal fair catch again. 39-yard punt this time.
All new Ion.
On the Fox News channel, it's On the Record with Greta Van Susteren. Get the latest on the weapons inspections in Iraq when you go. On the Record with Greta Van Susteren. Fox News channel. Check your local listings.
Sounds like you like to say that name, Pat. Greta Van Susteren. Goes off the tongue good.
It's exciting. Hutchinson had Emmett Smith wide open, but he just didn't have time. Flanagan put the pressure on him.
Had a breakdown up front, and Tyson Walter trying to widen Flanagan. Boy, you know, what happened on that play was, watch Hutchinson, he's jumping, and he's getting caught in midair.
He was put down pretty hard. He was shaking a bit.
Well, they had 3 days off after Thanksgiving. He said he just relaxed. Let some of the bumps and bruises just heal up a little bit.
Second down. He drops the throw. Incomplete. Intended for Darnay Scott. Chad Hutchinson, the new Cowboys quarterback, better be a tough guy. That's against Detroit. That's against Jacksonville. That's against Washington. And he needed a few days to rest, didn't he?
Well, it's a matter of survival right now.
Hits like that will make you lose some of your effervescence.
That's right, huh? A rough day so far for Chad because he's been hit a lot.
3rd and 10. He drops again. Has some time this time. And the pass in Galloway's direction is wild high.
Well, this isn't the accurate guy that we've seen from Chad Hutchinson over the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Nine straight incompletions. There's Quincy Carter, who started the year as the Cowboys quarterback.
Saw Quincy Carter come out today at the coin flip. He was one of the captains out there at the middle of the field, trying to keep him involved. And I tell you, if Hutchinson keeps taking hits like that and keeps sailing balls over receivers' heads, we may see a change today before it's over.
Filipovic out of the end zone. Not bad kick. That's Cedric Wilson back, making the fair catch. 49ers will take over at their own 42-yard line. Dallas 6. San Francisco nothing. A 47-yard punt.
Those aren't very Jeff Garcia type numbers.
7 straight games with a rushing touchdown for Priest Holmes, who has an
one. Yeah, that's in the league. And I would go max protection, and I would go down the field to my receivers. Terrell Owens, Ty Streets, J.J. Stokes, who are all out there right now.
Protection's the key. Hurst comes in motion. Quick pass to Owen. Chased by Williams. And taken out of bounds by Roy Williams. But a first down for the 49ers.
Now, that's a pretty good matchup there.
Ooh, that's a couple of thoroughbreds.
I tell you, that's 2 physical guys, Williams and Owens, going at it with each other.
13-yard pickup. They move Owens around, so you can't isolate and say you got him, or we're going to double him, because they move him around from the slot to wide one side, wide the other side.
The Cowboys aren't doing anything special in Owens today. They're just getting there with blitzes and pressure and making Garcia uncomfortable.
Garcia looks and throws complete to Hurst. Taken out of bounds by Kevin Hardy. Garcia's starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And you kind of get the feeling that they said, all right, look, we can run the ball. We like to run it. Garrison Hurst is our featured back, but we have to start attacking these guys in the air. Quick passes right now, getting these Cowboys on their heels, and sometimes that's how you have to find rhythm in a short passing game, setting them up for the deep throw.
Beasley in front of Hurst. This is Garrison. Behind the line, broke a tackle. Did well to get back to the line of scrimmage. Myers made the stop. Ecubon hit him first.
You know, you're talking to Tom Rathman before the game, and he said this Cowboy defense plays as hard, as intense as any group that we've seen all year, and it does. It shows up on tape. And one of the things, and one of the reasons why they're able to do that is they have so much speed. So if you think Garrison Hurst can cut this ball back against this defense, too much speed to cut it back.
3-man rush. Well, that's what they're showing right now, but somebody else might come. And they do. Garcia Gets Ty Streets shy of a first down.
You're right in that edge. You know, is it worth it going for it on fourth down? I think it is. It's about a yard to go, and I see their fullback, Fred Beasley, going back out there on the field. He's their blocking machine at fullback. He's a fun guy to watch.
He can put some guys on their back.
Well, they called that a pancake block. And, you know, Garrison Hurst pays him $200 for every pancake block he can get. Last week, Beasley thought he had 5. Hurst said he had 4, but Hurst is the judge of the jury.
The toss is back to Hurst, who's wide open, chased by Roy Williams and down at the 20-yard line. That was a gutsy call.
Well, it was, and that's a page out of the Cowboys book. They ran on that play a lot earlier in the year. But it's basically just a quick option right here. Get everybody to bite up here and then flip it outside. Get everybody sucked in on the fullback.
It never worked like that for the Cowboys. Hurst is limping.
That's not good because Kevin Barlow, other running back, is out for another week or 2.
Paul Smith has replaced Garrison Hurst. 6:27 left in the first half. 6-0 Dallas.
That's one of those guys that you come over there and you wrap it up and massage a little bit. It'll be right back in there in a play or 2.
Smith is number 27.
From the University of Texas, El Paso, 30-year player, been banged up a little bit.
Big guy also.
Yeah.
Here's Garcia out of the pocket, and he's going to take off, and Garcia is going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. He's had an opportunity to run a couple of other times.
First time that lane opened up for him today, and the Cowboys were in man covered, so the defensive backs had their back to him. Never saw him coming. Watch this lane open up over here. See, Dixon's got his back. All these guys got their back to the play. And that's what makes Garcia so effective. Here's the man coverage here. Watch him run. This is Derrick Ross here running with Terrell Owens.
Now he's got his back to it.
Yeah.
As you said, that he doesn't even see Garcia.
Yeah, that's why it looks so easy.
21-yard touchdown run for Jeff Garcia. The extra point by Jeff Chandler gives the 49ers the lead, 7-6. Extra point gave the 49ers the lead.
Well, if your starting running back is out with a hyperextended left knee, the other running back is out with a bad knee, you know, become the running back yourself like Garcia did.
Yeah. This is Woody Dantzler. Woody gets around the corner. They activated him for this purpose, and so no one else would pick him off the practice squad.
Well, former quarterback at Clemson. Very good athlete. But watch Garrison Hurst here on that little pitch on fourth down. That hit right there by Mario Edwards. That knee went back, just hyperextended a little bit, and you just never know the extent of that. I think it's going to swell up. It's almost better to get back on the field and keep moving.
Michael Wiley, in the meantime, who set up the Cowboys' second field goal, is number 32 being helped off.
Tampa Bay here.
Hutchinson would like to forget this chapter in his book. 9 consecutive incompletions, but in fairness to him, he's been under a lot of pressure.
Hasn't able to set up and get comfortable and relax back there at all.
Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt flashes it into the secondary for 8 yards. Jason Webster.
Here's what the Cowboys want to do today, Pat. I mean, they've struggled a little bit, but they really wanted to get Emmitt running like they did on Thanksgiving. And then what they want to do is fake it to him and go play action and get some protection to go down the field with some of these receivers. But good job at the point of attack. Tyson Walter pushing his man out of the way. Emmitt still has that great vision. That's never going to go away, no matter how old you get.
Emmitt gets another crack. And he gets cracked. Brian Young, who's been so steady for so long for the 49ers, makes another play.
And it leads you to third down here, where the Cowboys haven't been good here today, especially early when they had some real good field position opportunities.
Yeah, the San Francisco defense, we've talked about all their injuries, but last week they were missing their regular defensive tackle, Dana Stubblefield, because of the stomach virus. He's back today.
Yeah, Jim Flanagan filled in, played real well. They got some plays made by a couple of young guys, Rashad Holman and Tony Parrish.
Third down. Hutchinson. That's Robert Thomas. He won't get the first down. Former linebacker converted into a fullback.
You're looking at Tim Houck there. He just got signed. He got picked up at the bus stop on Wednesday. Now, he was the guy that Andy Reid would call up in Philadelphia when he needed a safety. Tim would come off his ranch in Montana, jump off a horse, jump on a Greyhound, show up, and get picked up. And Andy Reid's not happy that he's in San Francisco, but he's on the field playing today.
And he will hit you.
Oh, he'll smack the way we've seen Roy Williams hit.
Wilson did not signal fair catch. Reggie Swinton was down on the coverage and made the stop. Next Sunday,
Terrence Wilkins, he's had a big day, and he stays on his feet. A flag goes in as Wilkins gets to the 38.
First time in Kansas City history.
Paul Smith has replaced Garrison Hurst.
Well, I think with Paul Smith back there right now, I think that San Francisco should really lean into passing game and really try to work a young secondary here in Dallas.
Garcia taking her advice to Paul Smith. For a game break, let's return you again to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat, Tampa Bay leads the NFL with 107 points off of turnovers. A Mike Vick pick led to this Jurevicius touchdown catch, his second of the day. And then take a look at Kerry Collins hooking up with Charles Stackhouse, the fullback. 9 plays, 56 yards, capped with that play. It is 10-0 Giants over Washington. Back to Pat and Brian.
Steve Spurrier searching for the formula in Washington. 7-6 here, the 49ers over the Cowboys. Straight ahead is Smith. Hit the wall. Led by Ekuban, Brandon Noble. But still managed to spin around for a yard or so. 3rd and 2 it brings up.
7-6, Pat. This has been a defensive game. Roy Williams the last time blitzed. And he plays so reckless. I mean, this is a dream to be able to play that loose. I mean, he didn't make the tackle, but I mean, if that back hesitates for a second, he's going to smack him again.
49ers 3rd down. They're 1 out of 6 on 3rd. Not as good as their average. Outside and behind the intended receiver Eric Johnson, and he wouldn't have had the first if he caught it.
Roy Williams just chasing after Terrell Owens, giving all of a sudden that mild-mannered, quiet kid. You know, he has that Jekyll and Hyde personality on the field.
Tell you what, when he gets to a little knowledge, if some of that spirit doesn't go away, he's going to be some player.
Yeah. The phrase that the Cowboys have been using is he got to cut it loose.
Yeah.
And I think he's starting to cut it loose.
LaFleur to Galloway, and he'll have a chance with this one. Galloway stays on his feet out to about the 34 before he's tripped up by Justin Swift. Garrison Hurst, they're wrapping his left knee on the sideline.
This is back against Seattle. You did that game here, Pat. Darren Woodson smacked Darrell Jackson, and you know he was fined $75,000. But the hits that Chad Hutchinson took from LeVar Arrington last week were every bit as gruesome, every bit as, you know, laying him out hat to hat. Not a penalty, not a flag, just an inconsistency the way they run that.
Flags come flying. Somebody got started early.
Hutchinson is one of those guys only in his 6th start.
Number 85 offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Darnay Scott was apparently early.
Well, Hutchinson in his 6th start, he doesn't have that respect yet of a guy back there, and that's a big part of this league. You know, he's just a young guy, but as he makes more plays and starts more games, he'll get protected a lot more. And if he gets hit the way Arrington hit him, not only will Arrington get fined, but maybe they'll throw the penalty flag and the Cowboys will get a first down at him.
1st and 15. Hutchinson drops. Screen pass. This one's set pretty good. Hambrick. Jason Webster made the stop on Troy Hambrick. 49ers take a timeout.
Well,
7-6. San Francisco over Dallas. They get something going here. Hutchinson dropped. Outside, Hambrick. Pressure on Hutchinson again. 2 minutes left to play in the first half with San Francisco leading by a point.
No quarterback can survive this type of effort right here from Flozell Adams. I mean, you want to know why protection is breaking down. The first thing you do as a tackle is you take the inside away. That's the quickest route to the quarterback. You set inside, you take it away, make him take the long route around. Offensive line coach Frank Verducci, you know, concerned them. That's their leader back. That's their franchise guy. That's the guy with the most experience up there. They're counting on to protect the backside.
3rd and 3. Hutchinson, they sprint out, chased by Derek Smith. Gets away from him to Antonio Bryant. Was he in bounds? Yes, he was. That's a heck of an effort by both those guys.
And there was Chad saying, somebody just hit me in the mouth late. But again, Julian Peterson this time, ooh, right on the chin. From the hat. I mean, launched that, all that kind of stuff that we just showed in the air. The guy is tough.
He's had to be.
He has. That's a great throw.
View the ruling on the field of a completed pass.
49ers have thrown the flag and asked for a review. Let's see if he was in bounds.
This is from upstairs, so let's see.
Inside 2 minutes,
Yeah.
it's got to be a booth review.
Well,
I think he's got him in.
it's the
But
foot
it's
in
close.
question. The foot in question is the right foot here, Pat. The left foot comes down.
Yep.
And I just think this is all it comes down to. If you're not sure and you can't tell, then the play stands. I mean, you can't tell right there. You don't know where that right foot was. Was it on the chalk inside?
Bernie.
Yeah, see, he's looking for the respect, but 6 games in this league, 6 starts. Bernie Carcar, Bernie doesn't want any part of him.
That's not helmet to helmet yet.
And you know, one of the things they liked about Chad when they were working him out last year, Pat, is his size. I mean, he's 6'5", he's 240 pounds. It's been about a year now. A year ago, last Thanksgiving, is when they worked him out, and Chad Hutchinson said he was surprised at how much interest there was around the league. And Mariucci, he knew him well. He was at Cal, final game at Cal. Chad Hutchinson was playing for Stanford, and he beat him that day.
I was talking to another head coach, another team who had looked at him and worked him out, and he thought he was the best quarterback coming out that year.
Coming out
when he was eligible.
Yeah. Well, I think this year's draft with David Carr and Joey Harrington, he's outperformed those guys in his 5 starts. This is his 6th start. Quarterback rating, percentage, all that stuff. And I'm not so sure he's not better than any of these guys.
Well, he's had some time in pro baseball, so he's gotten used to the transition to pro sports. And sometimes that's as difficult as playing the game itself.
The maturity factor, just adjusting. He's done all that. He said it in baseball, he came out of the crib and he could throw it 97 miles an hour. It never worked at it. Football, he said he had to work at it. And he said he was well well-tutored, well-coached at Torrey Pines High School in San Diego.
After reviewing the play, there is not enough visual evidence to change. It's a completed catch.
As said by Brian Baldinger.
I just think that it comes down to that. You know, if there's not enough evidence, just go on with it and stop 2 minutes and 3 minutes of time being taken on looking at it.
Their that was their first down since midway of the first quarter. Hutchinson drops again. There's the pressure again. And wide open again is Kenyon Rambo. Hutchinson did well to get that pass to him.
He doesn't see many of his completions.
No.
He's laying on his backside. He has to go back and see it up on the scoreboard there to look at the play. Find out who caught it. You know, not a lot to the wide receivers today. He hasn't had time to get it down the field.
1 to the tight end, 4 to the running backs. That's not a good sign.
Cowboys just made a change at right guard. Matt Laird just came in for Andre Garrard.
Hutchinson back. Here comes the pressure again. Incomplete to Galloway. They're just rushing at will almost.
Well, I said that they just made a change at right guard. Matt Laird came in at right guard, and watch him here. Gets beat right away by Bryant Young there, and he gets another hit on Hutchinson.
It may be next Sunday before Hutchinson gets over this beating.
He needed all 10 days from the Thanksgiving Day game to get rested for this. No more 10 days of rest for any team in this league.
They're going to come after him again. He throws high, and down he goes again. Joey Galloway is the target, but he has no chance.
No. And the 49ers smell blood, and now they're just keying off. And forget about who's at safety and all that. Doesn't make any difference.
No.
I mean, you can put anybody back there, and they can cover when your quarterback is like that.
Quarterback's starting to get a little disgusted.
As he should.
Yeah. Filipovich back to punt. Cedric Wilson to field it for San Francisco.
Yeah, chance to, like we saw last week, Jimmy Williams running it back for 89-yard touchdown return, helped the 49ers out win that game. I think the 49ers get aggressive. They like to start off with the screen in their 2-minute drill.
1st and 10. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Confusion in the Dallas secondary. Garcia gets it to Owen. Crossing. Picking up a few. 5 maybe. 49ers going to the hurry up. 2nd and 6, given 4.
Cowboys defense has played great outside of that one Garcia run for a touchdown.
Here's Garcia, and a flag on the play, and it's in the area of holding.
And you know, defensive tackles get held. They know the signal for holding. Watching Roy Glover said, yeah, they pulled me down on this one. Roy Glover, 2-time Pro Bowler they got from New Orleans, always been a great player rushing the quarterback. But this year, he's distinguished himself for being so good against the run.
He really had. He's so quick.
Yeah.
66 offense. That's half the
why
distance
he's
to
a
the
good
goal.
pass rusher.
Still 2nd down.
Well, he's going against the rookie, Eric Heitman. And the quickness is what gets guys in trouble. Here's the matchup here.
He got him.
Yeah, he got him. Umpire was right on top of it.
But a guy like Glover, you got to hold him, fight him, tackle him, something.
Well, he only has 1 speed now.
Second and long. Garcia, draw. Paul Smith. 5 maybe. Kevin Hardy. Timeout Dallas. So they'll have 2 left. His team leads with 56 seconds left. 3rd and 10. Today they're 1 out of 7. Far below their season average. Garcia looking. Hadn't found anybody yet.
Oh, what a move.
Deceptive move by Garcia. He's faster than they think he is.
And, you know, he's not going to go down. He's not going to slide. He's not going to run out of bounds. He knew how far he had to get for this first down, and he doesn't want to give this ball back to the Cowboys. I tell you, that ball was past the first down marker.
Looks like he got it.
He's a gutty player now. He'll take his hits, too.
He was facing Pete Hunter, who's a cornerback safety for the Cowboys. And he just turned on the Jets and went by him.
Yeah, and that's great because if he doesn't get that first down, they've got to kick it to Joey Galloway, and the Cowboys going to get another shot. So 49ers here have a couple options. I mean, they can run this clock out right now, get to the locker room, or they can dial up Terrell Owens here. Well, I don't think the Cowboys can cover, but if Garcia doesn't get protection in time, it doesn't matter.
Both teams have 2 timeouts left. Here comes a safety blitz coming, but the 49ers pick it up, and here's Owens. And Terrell Owens scampers out close to midfield, brought down by Mario Edwards, and Garcia calls a timeout.
And Owens can't wait to get the ball in his hands. I mean, there is a burst and an excitement when that ball gets into his hands to get as many yards as possible, as quickly as possible. He squares up to the defense, and now the race is on. You better get a bunch of bodies to him in a hurry.
Most of those races he's going to win.
Yeah. Just a, you know, I mean, he's not the leading receiver in the NFC for any one reason. I mean, it's the size, the speed, the competitiveness, all those things, and he loves that feel of leather in his hands and then what he can do with it after the catch.
He's one of those guys who comes out to warm up, and everybody else just sort of turns their head.
Don't they though?
Wow. Look at this guy.
He was down there signing autographs for all the 49er fans before the game. Then he put on a show in warm-up.
First down, 49ers. Garcia scrambles up, wheels it outside to Beasley, who can't hold on.
Brett Beasley, the intended receiver, incomplete. 2nd down 10.
This is San Francisco here now with 34 seconds and a timeout. They, you know, we've seen Chandler already miss one today. They probably got to get to the 30-yard line to get into range, and that's one big play. That's one play to Terrell Owens, and they're in at least field goal range. And he's in the slot. He likes it in this area. Got 2 guys from Dallas covering him here.
Garcia back to throw it. Beasley will get a 49er first down inside the Dallas 40.
Garcia wants to kill this. He wants to stay in the timeout.
Yep.
Clock's ticking. He would have got everybody lined up here. He'll just spike this ball into the ground.
Wants to save that timeout in case they do get close enough for Chandler to attempt a field goal. 14-yard pickup right there. Steve Mariucci, when he came to talk with us, speak with us yesterday morning, he'd been up all night.
Yeah, well,
took the red eye back from San Francisco to Dallas because his son was playing in high school.
His son Tyler is a senior at Valley Christian. They're playing the championship game. His son is a quarterback just the way his dad was. Threw a touchdown pass. He was all proud of it. He said he caught all 13 games this year. First time he's ever been able to watch his son's games.
For a head coach, that's remarkable.
You don't get a chance to do that.
Flag. Movement in the San Francisco front.
Ball start. 66 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Who has that task of blocking and containing Leroy Glover. And you need every advantage you can get. Start early. Hold him.
Yeah. We've talked about that. And Garcia just wants to keep him in field goal range. I mean, they're about 10, 12 yards away from an opportunity. They don't want to back up any further and make it any tougher.
2nd and 15. Garcia steps up again in the pocket. This time he got down head first, but there's a flag back by the quarterback, Greg Ellis.
And it's going to be illegal contact, I believe, against Terrell Owens.
I think it's against the 49ers.
Now, I saw some contact by Derek Ross down there, Pat. And you're right, though. Looks like they're backing up.
The flag's way back by where Garcia began. And there's another flag down past the Dallas secondary.
There's 2 penalties.
Yep.
You saw the one.
Illegal contact, 20 on the defense. Illegal use of hands, 77 offense. Those penalties offset. Second down.
You saw that illegal use of hands on Matt Willig over there? Yes, good eyes, good eyes. This is the illegal contact down here. Ross just contacted Owens.
And grabbed him.
And then you saw this on the other side. You saw that hands to the face by Matt Willig, making a start for Derek Deese today at left tackle. We'll replay it.
2nd and 15 again.
2 wide receivers at the top.
9 seconds, Garcia outside of Beasley. 4 seconds.
Bring out Chandler. Let's see what he can do. What do you think, Pat? About a 55-yarder from here, 54-yarder?
I think that's a very difficult task. Timeout, Sam. Let's stick with him. This is going to be 55 yards away for Chandler's.
I never think that helps. Look at Joey Galloway back there. He's going to go back and field this.
Yeah.
You got to, if he doesn't make this is a live ball.
He can return it.
Yeah.
He's not going to get it there. Galloway's going to bring it out.
Oh, got a block, and he's got an alley.
That'll do it for the first half. Steve Mariucci's 49ers lead it. That's the end of the first half.
A very young secondary of Dallas. And I think for Dallas, this half, I think they really have to change their pass protection. I mean, I think that's got to be their first concern. Protect Hutchinson better. And then
Tundiff to kick it off, kicks it on the ground, bounces it. The 49ers are going to start at about their own 35. Jamal Robertson brought it back.
Just looking at the Cowboy defense come on the field to start the second half. It's always a good sign, I think, when it comes sprinting onto the field.
Yep.
Led by Leroy Glover. I mean, he looked ready to play. And that's, I always take a key. How you start that third quarter. You come out of the locker room ready, mentally ready, physically ready to get it on and dial it up.
Paul Smith is the 49ers deep back. Owens goes in motion. Garcia rolls, drops it out to his tight end, Eric Johnson.
Garcia's pass complete to number 82, Eric Johnson.
Roy Williams hurt?
I think he's shaken up a little bit.
Yep. I can get a.
Yeah, he's kind of
his shoulder's stinging a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't want to let anybody know it. He's going to try and shake it off, get ready for the next play. With him, I think a good hit probably makes him feel a little bit better.
2nd and 1. Smith's deep. He gets the carry, and he doesn't get the one. Dat Nguyen was the first to hit him. Kevin Hardy also in the bottom of the pile.
Brought down by Kevin Hardy.
What a first half by Roy Williams. And 8 tackles, the forced fumble, and then the 2 kickoff coverage hits that he had. He really set some tempo in this game. Kevin Hardy active. Brandon Noble always underrated there in the middle.
Yeah. He's steady. 3rd and 1. Owens again on the move. Garcia, Smith will get the first this time.
Stick it up in there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I saw a body come flying out.
Yeah, it did,
Paul
didn't it?
Smith on the carry.
Like marbles getting
Dexter Coakley makes
flying out of the way.
1st and 10, San Francisco.
Wiley, who was shaken up in the first half, testing things out. There's Tom Rathman, the former outstanding fullback.
Those fullbacks don't look that good when they get done playing, but he's kept himself in excellent condition.
Well, he works out every day. Garcia. Owens tried to run with it before he had it and lost it.
Yeah, and he's frustrated by that. He says when he does drop a pass, that's what happens. He tries to do too much before he actually gets his hands on it. And he will. He'll drop passes. The best receiver in the NFC. Now he has to kind of forget about it. One thing Garcia told us yesterday was he thought in the play calling that they don't come back to good plays enough. That they kind of forget about it. And it was frustrating. And he wants them to come back to plays that work and repeat those plays.
2nd and 10. Garcia drops. Outside to Streets, incomplete.
Good protection that time. Now, this has been the down. This has been the problem down for San Francisco today is 3rd down, and they were the best in the league coming into today.
3rd down.
Our newest information on Garrison Hurst is that he is still in the locker room, although I see him just coming out the tunnel now.
There he is.
A little gingerly.
Maybe a Willis Reed type performance coming out here limping. He's not coming out here to stand and watch. He'll be coming out to play.
There are people who don't remember Willis Reed.
Well, I guess it says something about I hate that.
I know it.
Yeah. A playoff game with the Knicks came out and on one leg kind of carried the team on his back.
Inspirational leader he was. He is still.
And Garrison has that ability. Remember, Mariucci told us yesterday that he's got that high-pitched voice. And, you know, he's always talking and always joking around with the players. One of those guys that's just in a great mood every day, even with the stiff knee right now.
And you can hear him, he says, with that shrill voice. All across the field, LaFleur. Galloway is saying, get away from it. Get away from it. The Cowboys will take over with their first possession in the 2nd half. 7-6 San Francisco. Back as is Andre Garage. Hutchinson juggled it. Got it to Emmitt Smith, who juggled it a little bit himself, but maintained control. A tough first half for both quarterbacks, really. Garcia's numbers better than Hutchinson's. But Chad has taken a beating.
Your number is going to be effective when you've been wild like this today. Amazingly, San Francisco doesn't have a sack. That's kind of how ridiculous that whole stat is. You've been hit that many times that often. Sacks are immaterial.
Hutchinson. Pass is caught by Tony McGee. Nine times he's been hit. Hurried 11. I can't remember when he wasn't hurried.
But it seems like every time he throws it, he's hurried and hit. Now here's the thing. The Cowboys have been basically in their protection going man on man, and that's not working. They're getting beat, and their blitz pickup has been bad. The way you can counter that is by sliding your protection and basically building a picket fence.
3rd and 2. Hutchinson. That's going to be over. Picked off by Tony Parrish. Broken arm and all. Dislocated arm and all. That's his 2nd interception today. That was just too far.
And you can't blame the protection on that.
No, can't.
I mean, watch, they slide the protection this time. You see? There's a left guard sliding. The protection got better. They adjusted. But I think for the first time today, he kind of flinched a little bit.
Felt it.
Yeah, he felt the pressure even though it wasn't there. And Tony Parrish, I can't say enough about this performance. I mean, first of all, to run with the dislocated elbow is awkward, and it's painful.
35-yard return by Parrish. His 2nd interception today. That was just an overthrow by Hutchinson.
That's a type of performance that says your team wants to clinch and get to the playoffs.
Here's Garcia back to throw, and he has time for a moment. Finally gets rid of it. in the grasp of Roy Williams.
Yeah, who else? I tell you, I said, you find the ball, you find Roy Williams, and they've been blitzing him a lot today. He comes off the edge here, just runs over Paul Smith. He becomes a pass rusher at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, he's using pass rush moves
Yeah.
that defensive ends use, to get rid of the blocker in front of you. And then you see the strength just to be able to grab Garcia and just yank him down.
2nd and 10, 49ers. Pitch back to Smith. Not much. Crosses the 15 down to about the 14. Tony Parrish, who's picked off 2 today, has never had 2 interceptions in the same game.
No, he hasn't, man. The other thing is he's never missed a game. I mean, you see him out there with that dislocated elbow and the pad. They did not want to play him today. They wanted to rest him. The thing was swollen. He didn't want to stop that active streak of playing every week. It was a tremendous source of pride, not only for him, but a lot of players in this league.
Garcia calls timeout. Some confusion. Matt Willick stood up, been allowed. Matt Willick moved. Then he stood up. And after that, Garcia calls the timeout. That shouldn't be allowed. It should be a penalty.
That should have been backed up 5 yards there.
3rd and 7 at the 15, and Garcia drops. Garcia's down by Greg Ellis. And here come the flags. This could be costly. Ellis got Garcia. And to be honest with you, I didn't see what happened after that.
Yeah, some pushing and shoving in there. Just some frustration. That was an amazing pass rush by Dallas. They only rushed 3, and Leroy Glover, personal foul against San Francisco. Watch the.
Looks like the Cowboys are going to refuse this penalty. I'm not sure I wouldn't back Chandler up a little bit.
Personal foul, 62 the offense. That's a
Newberry.
15-yard penalty. After the play was over, that is 4th down.
Well, you can see Leroy Glover's the one that gets the pressure outside, working on Scott Gregg. He actually takes 2 on Brett Beasley, but he forces Garcia to step up, and then you see Greg Ellis come after him. And then Newberry just kept going after Garcia was down.
And so this moves them back to accomplish just exactly what I was talking about.
Well, it was automatic.
Yeah.
It's an automatic. It's a personal
Right.
foul that you lose the down and it's an automatic.
And they lost the down, so Chandler from 47 yards. Maybe. That one's good. From 47 yards out.
That looked like maybe.
Yeah. He was spinning a little too fast. I didn't know if he was going to get there or not. Dantzler gets it out past the 30. Howie is hosting. Howie doesn't get many chances to host.
No, I mean,
It's always JB.
doesn't seem like the cameras have a hard time finding Howie. Howie doesn't seem like he has a hard time with those cameras.
Well, he's a big fellow.
Yeah.
A good fellow. And it's Smith, the lone setback. Hutchinson starts McGee in motion. Smith gets the carry. Tried to spin away, but he's wrapped up by Andre Carter.
This is some performance by this defense today.
It really is.
Just last week, I mean, they got torched for 450 yards in the air against Seattle, or by Seattle. And you kind of thought that these guys were down and reeling a little bit. They lost 2 in a row before last week, didn't play well against the Eagles on a Monday night. But these guys have rallied around the guys who are injured. I think guys like Parrish and Keith are an inspiration to everybody else out there.
They've always been a very good road team. There's Emmett to the 40. 2 yards short of the first. Plummer made this. They've always been a good road team. And they arrive in the town
2 days
where they're playing 2 days ahead of time.
Yeah.
That's the only team that does that. I wonder if that had some effect.
Well, I think I think it gets them comfortable, gets them off their feet. We wrote Jeff Garcia up yesterday.
Yeah.
He wasn't real happy about that. And a stocking cap pulled basically down over his eyes. But once he started talking, we got him woken up, and he was actually very good at Emmett.
Limped off. Hambrick replaces him. Hambrick, draw play. And he's going to have him first and more. Troy Hambrick down the sideline. Flag on the play, though. Hambrick all the way to the 10, but there's a flag on the play. Parrish finally ran him down.
Those 2 flags came out early.
Now, Troy Hambrick is a big guy, 240, and he can motor.
Yeah, he showed his burst on the outside.
51-yard gain is going to be nullified with that penalty against the Cowboys.
Holding, 85 offense. 10-yard penalty.
All
Repeat
against
third down.
Darnay Scott. I think Jay said, Dave said, you owe us one.
Well, there's the jersey,
Yeah.
and that's why he got the corner.
Yep.
That's why I don't know what Troy Hambrick was looking out there to his right side as he was turning the corner.
He was looking over saying, I can play.
I think he looked over at Campbell and said, see, that's why I should be in here more. And you just feel awful when it's a wide receiver and you're blocking a small cornerback like Ahmed Plummer, and play has to come back.
I'm sure you've heard it said, like I have for years, if there's a long run,
Yeah.
the wide receiver has to make a block.
Well, they're important out there. That's how he got the corner.
Hutchinson gives to Hambrick again. Nears first down yardage, but not quite. Julian Peterson tripped him up.
Big chess piece today for San Francisco's defense has been Julian Peterson.
He played every position.
Every position. He's the one that basically just held his ground, read the play well, come in there, and you mentioned Hambrick at 240. Sometimes you got to go low to take him off his feet.
Filipovich back. Cedric Wilson deep for the 49ers. Not a good one. Stay away from it. Bounces out at about the 30. The guy disguised as Randy White.
No, that's a bad disguise. Randy will never look like that. In fact, the Hall of Famer has probably been in the gym early this morning before he was watching the guys with the star on the side of the helmet.
About to have a birthday, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to turn 50 on January 15th.
Paul Smith gathered himself and got around the corner temporarily.
Garrison Hurst, of course, injured in that first half.
I think he's gone from probable to not.
Well, he's not back out there. That thing is stiffening up and
Yeah.
swelling. And it hurts because his team is out there and they need him right now. And he's the guy that had clamored to be the feature back, the full-time guy. And then you get dinged like that and you're out. You got to count on other guys right now to step up.
2nd and 5. Garcia chased, gets rid of it. Ty Streets came down with the ball. And that's a remarkable catch by Ty Streets, who's really taken over the starting job from J.J. Stokes in the last, 3 weeks?
Yeah, and watch this. Watch him come back and wrestle this ball from Derek Carr. See, that's using your body. Squeezing him out, keeping the defender away from the ball, and then go and attack the ball, taking it right out of the air.
49er first down. They lead 10-6. Garcia looking for somebody, found Fred Beasley, who got it to midfield. Garcia slow getting up. But you talk about tough guys. We've been talking about Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Jeff Garcia is as tough as they come.
Well, that's one of the reasons why he's the leader of the team. He pump faked there trying to get the ball to Owens, not open. and he'll take those hits. I mean, you got to stay in the pocket.
That's Pepe Zellner that breaks over.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of dusts himself off. He gets up and he comes back and lines up under center again.
Second down. Smith comes close to a first for the 49ers as the clock runs. 4:55 left in the third quarter. And less than that now. They're going to measure.
Guard in the backfield. That's what Fred Beasley is. Yeah, and Fred's okay with that. If he gets the ball once a game, twice a game, he wants to block. He wants to be the lead back and lead these guys. He's playing with a bad groin. And, he used to be about 2 inches taller.
Yeah.
As many blocks as he's had going in there, leading with his head, about 2 inches shorter. And he said he won't cut block guys. He won't take the easy way out. He's going to go dig out a hole. And on 3rd and inches here, they're going to need Fred Beasley.
They were talking about a 50% chance of rain. It looked like it must have started raining because they're covering the ball. Yeah.
Yep.
We can't see it from here. Garcia does it himself.
One of the things, you go in a quick count, just get up there and nudge the center, Newberry, and just take it and go before the defense ever gets a chance to dig in. It's a little bit
rain, yeah.
Just wonder what that's going to do to the footballs, to the field. And is a loose ball, a turnover at this point going to be the difference in this tight football game? Trying to keep that thing dry when it's coming down like that, it's going to be hard.
Well, it's not raining hard yet. Garcia back to throw it. They're going for the bundle.
That ball slipped right out of his hands.
Yep.
There you go. When it's slick like that, Matt, it's just coming down like a mist. It's like when you're driving on a freeway and it hadn't rained on that pavement, and all of a sudden it gets a little film on it.
The oil slicks.
The oil comes off the ball, off the road, and it makes it a little slick.
Because we're in Texas, the rain might have some oil in it.
You hope. Yeah. Gather that in your backyard and sell it.
Yeah.
A little family called the Hunts made a little bit of money business, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Lamar Hunt was out with John York and Jerry Jones last night for a little owners get-together.
Stokes is hit hard by Mario Edwards just as the ball arrives. Right now, let's return to James Brown from the Fox Network Center in Los Angeles.
Pat Summerall, Patrick Ramsey in for the injured Danny Werfel, paying dividends here. Play action, hooking up with Rod Gardner, 13-yard strike. The two-point conversion is good as well. It is now a 3-point game. Giants nursing that lead late in the third. Back to Pat and Brian.
3rd and 12, 49ers here. It's 10-6. San Francisco leads it. Garcia from the shotgun. And he's up and chased and gets to the 45 where he's taken down by Greg Ellis. And they'll have to punt again.
Well, what the Cowboys wanted to do today to Garcia, and they've done a great job of it, is limit him from stepping up in the pocket and creating a big lane. And they've been stunning into the middle today, getting defensive linemen in his way, and that's what they did on that play.
So LaFleur goes back to punt it again. Wonder about Brian Jennings, who's the long snapper with that wet ball. Good snap. Flag on the play. Reggie Swinton might have jumped early.
Ball start.
Oh, he's back deep, I think.
54
Joey Galloway
5-yard penalty.
went to the
Still
locker
fourth
room.
down.
I don't have. Galloway has a sprained toe, we're told. Left thumb, I beg your pardon. They're x-raying him at the moment. The thumb is not the one that caused him to miss some action and some practice earlier this year. There's that low snap.
There's a block.
Blocked. It's going to be Dallas ball no matter who recovers. And Dallas has it, stumbling down the sideline. There's a flag on the play. Way back at midfield. Derek Ross finally came up with the ball. But there's a flag back at midfield.
Looked like a little oil on that ball.
Yeah.
Hard to hold on. Plus a low snap. Ryan Jennings is the snapper. LaFleur brought in for punting duty starting last week.
Joe Pisano and Dave Campo out pointing toward the other end zone. Referee or an official.
We had an ineligible man downfield, but the punt was blocked. It's not a foul. The second flag was the offense batting the ball backward, which is legal. That's not a foul. First down this game.
Why do we need an announcement if there's no foul?
Well, I guess tell you why, there was a couple of handkerchiefs down on the ground, but bad snap.
Yep.
LaFleur brought in, hadn't had that situation before in a live game, and this is good football by the Cowboys. I mean, just aggressive. Derek Ross, another big play for the rookie.
Marcus Steele blocked it.
And Pat, we said this last week covering the 49ers. This is not what you want out of your special teams and kickers if you're getting ready for the playoffs.
Hardly. Emmett Smith is the lone back. Hutchinson. Caught by McGee. Rolled over at the 5.
Nice little throw that time by Hutchinson. Nothing deeper than a 3-step drop, but I think they've got to stay aggressive with the pass here. Here's McGee, just a little stick route. Nice touch on it, a guy that hasn't made many throws today because of protection.
Second and about 2. Smith. Touchdown.
How to get through that?
Flag on the play. A flag on the play. Emmett made his way to the end zone from 5 yards away.
Personal foul against the Cowboys.
Well, that's a killer.
Don't know if it's before or after the touchdown.
Bernie Kukar. Let's see.
Well, he's got that position like he's ready to have a conversation.
Emmett's still got the ball.
He's not giving it up. No, he's
in case I had to do it again. Of course, he saved all the balls.
Yeah, he should put that in a collection. Geez, can we get any more guys over there in this?
I think he's got his trunk full of balls by now, don't you?
Yeah, and you know he's going to auction off most of them.
Yeah.
All except for about 4 or 5.
Yep. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 76. After the touchdown, the score is good. We will assess the penalty on the kickoff.
After the play was over, called against Flozell Adams.
Emmett keeps the ball.
Emmett keeps the ball.
Cowboys take the lead.
Keep the touchdown. Well, they lead by 2 now. And the extra point would be a field goal lead. Billy Cundiff in to try that. 1:39 left, third quarter. The day all of a sudden looks brighter.
It did just all of a sudden brighten up a little bit.
Yeah. Struck oil. Emmett Smith. Cundiff hits the extra point. So the 49ers get the kickoff of the ball when we come back with the Cowboys leading by a field goal. Sean? Steele blocked the punt by the 49ers. Ross made the recovery, and the Cowboys were able to capitalize.
And again, I mean, every single week in this league, punters and kickers.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's why the carousel continues.
It's a plague.
It is. And if you think that there's any confidence in the 49ers now for both either their kicker or their punter, there isn't. You know, they've changed both of them this year. They've changed both guys.
Well, you just think about your fantasy leagues and look around the NFL and see which team has the same two kickers they began the season with. There aren't many.
In Philadelphia, David Akers the kicker, but Sean Landeta is out for the season now. See if that affects the Eagles.
Jamal Robertson at the 40. Let's look at the touchdown again, Brian.
Yeah, well, here's Flazell Adams here. He's going to take a shot. Watch his right hand as he clubs Flanagan on this play. He got away with this hold here. That's just a muggy. Now he sits on him, and I'm sure Flanagan got up there and did something to him, and then Adams countered it after Emmett got himself another touchdown run. Emmett doesn't look real thrilled about that.
Not a world of excitement.
No.
Empty backfield. Garcia just got rid of it to Owens.
Just watch Leroy Glover put another hit on Jeff Garcia.
Well, I saw him coming.
Well, here's the situation, Pat. You know, right now there's Eric Heitman, a rookie, coming out. And another backup going in there, Osika, right now. But with the 49ers running game hurt, with Garrison Hurst out, Kevin Barlow hurt, they're going to 3-4 wide receivers. That means basically the Cowboy defensive linemen are lined up one-on-one. And they're winning those matchups right now.
Owens comes out on Ross to the right. The handoff is to Smith. And he is wrestled down at about the 48. For an update, let's send you back to Los Angeles again, James.
Pat and Brian, take a look. New York Giants adding to their lead. Tiki Barber, after a Champ Bailey fumbled punt return, takes it 1 yard to pay dirt. It is now a 10-point Giants lead over the Skins late in the third. Back to Pat and Brian.
And we're at Texas Stadium where the Cowboys lead the 49ers 13-10. I guess you'd call this, if it finishes like this, an upset.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. I mean, this is a team that has a chance to clinch today with the 49ers, a playoff team.
Third and about 3. Garcia out to his tight end, Eric Johnson, and that's enough for the first as they move into Cowboy territory. Joey Galloway back on the sideline wearing gloves on both hands, which he normally does, but I guess that's to not let you know which thumb it is that's bothering him.
Well, the right thumb has been casted. There's a splint on that all year. Now the left thumb acting up.
Here's Garcia. Owens. Prances down close to a first down, run out of bounds by Kevin Hardy.
He got to get himself pumped up here. I mean, if San Francisco is going to win this game, I think today, they got to get Terrell Owens more involved, and there's a lot of ways to do that. You know, they lined him up in a lot of different positions. They haven't run a reverse on him yet today. They haven't run any screens to him yet today. Just saw a crossing route that time, but there's ways to get him the football. And I think that's what San Francisco has to do right now.
2nd and 1, and here's a chance right here. Garcia gives to Smith, and he gets the first. They'll move the chains for the 49ers, and they'll have 4 more at least. Look at Kansas City and St. Louis.
Yeah, they can score some points, can't they?
Wow.
Kansas City beat Arizona last week. Did they score 49 last week in that?
I think they
49
did,
nothing, I
49
think.
zip.
Then the week before, they lost to Seattle and they scored 32. They probably should have scored 49 in that game. A couple turnovers in Seattle's territory.
Dick Vermeil's got him in high gear in Kansas City. 1st and 10. Smith goes in motion. Garcia drops the throw, throws it up the middle to the tight end again. Justin Swift this time, the backup tight end.
Ball's coming out pretty fast now. I mean, Garcia's been chased and hurried a lot today, and now they're going to that quicker passing game, kind of adjusting. But that whole left side of that offensive line has changed now. Heitman out with the hand injury, and Derek Deese didn't start today, so you've got Kozier in there, a rookie, and Matt Willick. Those guys, you know, your playoff team, everybody that gets a chance to get out there has got to step up and perform at the same level.
Garcia has him at the 20. The handoff to Smith. He is shoved out of bounds by Dexter Coakley.
They come right behind that, the new left side of that offensive line. Not changing their offense at all. I mean, here they are. There's Willie, who's just a mountain of a man, just pushing bodies. Doesn't look like a whole lot of technique in there or anything, just a lot of chest bumping going on.
The rookie Kosher got out and did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
2nd and 5. Smith got 5. Cowboys up by a field goal, but the 49ers in range. 2nd down. Cowboys blitz, they pick it up. The throw is high. Intended for Smith. There was a guy for the 49ers who could have jumped up and made a catch that wore that same number.
Oh, yeah.
In past years. R.C. Owens.
R.C. Owens, I saw you talking to him on the sidelines last week.
The original alley-oop passes went to him.
Did they call it an alley-oop back then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
They just threw it up in the end zone, and he could jump at least a yard higher than anybody else.
Well, it's not a bad call right now on 3rd down to go to the end zone. They got a couple guys that can jump up and get it.
Number 81 could.
Yeah.
Garcia back. Now he's going to take off again, and does, and slides, and gets the 1st down. Pete Hunter tapped him down, but Garcia
makes the stop.
Took off and got it 1st and goal for the 49ers at the 8-yard line.
San Francisco at the 8-yard line.
See, you got Nix here trying to, you know, just shadow him, and he doesn't have the speed or quickness to stay with him. And this is twice today now. Huge plays by Garcia, and he only knows how to slide head first. He hasn't figured out that other way, going down feet first yet. Best running back for San Francisco today, by far.
Beasley is the lone running back, and now it's an empty. Garcia looks and throws. Incomplete in the end zone, and well out of the end zone. Ty Streets was closest with Derrick Ross, the defender.
2nd and goal at the 8.
2nd and goal at the 8. Mike Zimmer, the defensive coordinator for Dallas.
No, Garcia would love to go to Terrell Owens here. I mean, here in the slot, but if you got to get off that coverage right there. I mean, there's just almost a mugging there by Pete Hunter. And it's all legal, all within that 5-yard range. That's Owens' job to get off of that.
Garcia might do well to take off up the middle again himself. Instead, he sends Beasley up the middle. That was Paul Smith behind Beasley, beg your pardon.
Paul Smith.
That was a pretty good surge, too.
They did get a good surge. Mooch there, watching his son Tyler play in that playoff game on Friday night.
3rd and goal.
Said he was a little nervous, doesn't like to coach at all in those games, just like to watch. But he said just the way he's pacing now, that's the way he was pacing in that championship game, and this is a huge play. But I think you got to go to the end zone. I don't think you can run it here. I think you got to go to the end zone and go for 7. Owens up at the top here, and that's all one-on-one alley-oop type coverage.
Smith behind Garcia. Garcia juggled in the end zone, touchdown. What a catch by R.C. Owens. By R.C. Owens. Terrell Owens.
Whoa. Everybody's kind of hanging to see if he's going to do anything here. But no Sharpies, no major celebration. But they took the lead with the play and a great one-handed snag.
And not many people make that catch.
What concentration. Now, this is the dangerous part for Derrick Ross here. How do you cover him in the back of this end zone? And you can't cover him a whole lot better, and now he puts the big hand up. Soft hands. Make that ball die right there, and then to get both feet down. You can't practice that.
No,
you don't practice that at all. I mean, that's just a gift.
How do you practice that?
No.
You can't. I've seen him practice one-handed catches, but not that high and then that technique.
did everything perfect. He got possession of the ball, he got the feet in, got control of it. And he said it's 10% football, it's 90% Hollywood, and that's the Hollywood part.
Derrick Ross, who was the defender we talked about earlier, is down in the end zone and injured for the Cowboys. This guy is a lot of talk, but also a lot of action, a lot of production.
All right, we talked to Mario Edwards, some defensive players. They said he's the best. He's the best in the league. You know, I mean, just a combination, the whole package, size, speed, concentration, and just a ferocious appetite to compete.
You don't realize how big he is until you stand up next to him.
Well, he puts a show on.
To go, keep it on the ground with Michael Cloud, and
100 yards, just scored his 11th touchdown. On third down, very dangerous. And it looks like the star is safe.
I had my son Jay down on the field before the game when Owens came out with no pads on.
Yeah.
He just said, my gosh, who is that guy?
That's a receiver? That's the way they look now?
Got a Sharpie.
Well, you know, Ross limps off, but Owens, the guy that he's really kind of a lone wolf. He comes into the weight room by himself, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night during the week, working on that body, chiseling it a little bit more.
Chandler for the extra point. (17-13). The 49ers lead it. 10:54 left. 49ers own the advantage. Recaptured the lead as Chandler gets ready to kick off. 49ers leading 17-13. Scoring drive, 12 plays, 58 yards. Owens a sensational one-handed catch in the end zone. Short kick. Dantzler. Bounced off a couple. And still bouncing is Woody Dantzler. Around the corner. And finally stepped out of bounds. No, he hasn't. He hasn't stepped out of bounds. Woody Dantzler. 84-yard touchdown scamper.
I talked to him before the game, and I said, Woody, I saw you take 2 back in preseason. You have 1 in you today. And he goes, that's why I'm back there.
This is a remarkable show of balance and strength on the sideline.
Well, yeah.
Coming up right up here. Watch this.
Look at the balance and the strength. I mean, he's big from the waist down, but oh yeah, he's in. Oh yeah,
He's in bounds.
Yeah.
He never stepped out of bounds.
No, I mean that's a tightrope back. He looked like one of the Flying Willenda brothers here. Woo, that's a little triple jump. What unbelievable footwork there.
Right foot twice. Watch this.
Yeah, watch right foot onto the right foot.
Now the next one that hits is going to be the right foot.
And those blue suede shoes of his never looked better.
84-yard touchdown return. It's 49ers are challenging.
There's the challenge, yeah.
And they got the clock stopped. They got him.
Oh, and Campo's upset because get that off. Get that extra point off. He's ticked off. And he should be. You know,
that's what he's mad about.
Yeah, you kick the extra point, they don't get a chance to review it.
They can't review it if the next play is
the next play happens.
San Francisco
you got the red flag
challenging
out.
on the ruling on the field of a touchdown. They feel he stepped out of bounds farther upfield.
It seems to me that he stayed in bounds.
Nah, I don't think you're going to find any evidence there. I mean, that's in bounds. That's inside the stripe. That's inside.
The stripe.
That's a toe. I'm telling you, that's a
remarkable.
touchdown.
If that's reversed from our evidence and our views,
look at his
should
legs.
not be.
Pat, look at this guy's legs. I mean, this guy doesn't. They made the switch from Reggie Swinton to Woody Dantzler to give him a chance. First of all, they didn't want to lose him off the practice squad, so they activated him. And then they said he's stronger, a lot stronger. They said he reminded them of Brian Mitchell in Philadelphia.
Well, the stiff arm
Yeah.
that he got rid of Chandler, the kicker, with gave you an illustration of how strong he is. It's certainly worth a challenge, but I don't think they're going to win it.
He's trying to get somebody's attention.
Yeah.
No, see, you just can't throw a piece of a handkerchief. You got to put you got to put something in it. Yeah. Tampa's going to break that headset going. Boy. Yeah, now Avizano's talking to the the snapper. Look.
Get rid of it.
Joe has a way of
Joe
sometimes just with the hands
Joe
telling you what he thinks.
Joe coaches the Arena
Yeah.
Football League team in Dallas. Yesterday, he conducted tryouts for the Dallas Desperados. He got a full-time plate.
Yeah, and Mariucci's saying, you know, I got a new punter in, we get one block today. You know, and then we can't cover on kicks. And so here's this offense making plays, defense, heroic effort, guys playing injured, hurt, and then the special teams are costing them right now.
They're taking a long look. That's usually not a good sign if you're Dave Campo or Woody Dantzler.
We talked about the Cowboy rookies, and that's another one. Woody Dantzler here, who was a quarterback at Clemson. Played for Tommy Bowden there.
He's inbounds.
Oh, yeah, it's inbounds. You don't have to look at that anymore. I mean, that's that whole thing. If the evidence isn't so over-sufficient, then you just stick with the play.
Car out from under the dark tunnel.
The hood.
After reviewing the play, it is a touchdown. He did not step out of bounds.
84 yards for Woody Dantzler. And Dallas now has the lead. Cundiff will try for the extra point.
There was a guy, Pat, that was a quarterback in college. And they said, you know, doesn't have what it takes to be a quarterback in the pros, but free agent, came in here, dazzled people in the preseason, stuck on the practice squad all year, gets a chance to come out and start in his second game. And what a play it is today.
Now, how do you know, really, that he doesn't have what it takes to be a quarterback in the pros?
Good question. I mean, they said that about Garcia.
Yeah. Woody Dantzler, 84th in the total of 20 to 17 over 49ers. Cundiff's kickoff soars to the 7, and this is Jamal Robertson. And he almost breaks it out of the pack. And a fumble. The scramble. Cowboys, I believe, have it.
Yeah, it looks like Pete Hunter has the ball at the bottom of the pile.
Sure does.
The runner is ruled down by contact.
Ruled down by contact. So no fumble, no recovery.
You know what? Let's just take a look at it. I mean, this is all right. Good call. He's definitely on his backside.
Yeah. Here's the kickoff return. Watch this. We talked about how strong Woody Dantzler was. Watch this stiff arm.
Look, this is what he did at Clemson. This was so good. I mean, that is a violent. There's violence in that. You say that would be. Venomous. Almost venomous right there.
Yeah.
That, I mean, a venomous strike to the throat.
Don't forget me. In case you did. Roy Williams now is on the sideline. Derek Ross is already gone for the Cowboys. This is in their secondary. So who's playing?
Yeah, you got Scott back there right now and Tony Dixon at safety.
Yeah. Ross, I think, is back. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. It's against the 49ers. False start.
78 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Those of you who've been watching Kansas City destroy St. Louis, welcome to Texas Stadium, where the Cowboys just got an 84-yard touchdown kickoff return by Woody Dantzler to take the lead 20-17. Terrell Owens just scored the 49ers touchdown with a spectacular one-handed catch in the end zone. Garcia, tight end, Eric Johnson.
Really, Pat, it's been the special teams of Dallas that look special, and for San Francisco, you just say teams.
Eric Ross just limped off on the far side of the field, and Dwayne Goodrich will take his place.
Missed field goals. Chandler, then you got a botched punt here that led to an Emmitt Smith touchdown run, and then Woody Dantzler, the rookie kickoff returner, took one to the house. So 14 points here by the Cowboys off special team gaffes by San Francisco.
Roy Williams is back. Pete Hunter came up and cut down Paul Smith. Cowboys have another player down. That's Dexter Coakley.
And it's been that kind of game, Pat. I mean, from the beginning when Roy Williams smacked Jimmy Williams on a kickoff return, it has been fierce hitting out here, and it looked like the type of hitting you get in a good rivalry that this has been for 21 years.
Coakley, who you don't see down very often, struggling to get to his feet. 3-point Dallas lead.
Turn here. Let's go.
Sure, just hop in. It's easy. What could go wrong?
The Hyundai Santa Fe, with America's best warranty. When you take things in stride, you win.
His name is Henry, Clay Henry. He's a fireman and a Jerry fan from Subway.
He got real big on burgers and fries. Now he's down to a smaller size.
Gets his mic from his Veggie Delight. Great taste each day from his local Subway. He's Henry, Clay Henry.
Looking and feeling better and enjoying the great taste of Subway's low-fat sweet onion chicken teriyaki. No wonder everyone wants to be more like Clay Henry.
Subway, eat fresh.
Clinch the division title. The NFC West is theirs if they can win today. They trail by 3. Garcia shotgun. Incomplete. That had to slip out of his hand.
Yep.
Terrell Owens, I think, was the target, but
it was.
Nobody had a chance in that one.
Even if Owens caught that ball, it was going to be short of a first down. We put the special teams out there. I refuse to call special teams special. The way San Francisco has played here on this part of the game.
They're lucky to have enough bodies. LaFleur, 6 punts, averaging 26 yards.
Yeah, it looks like it should be a misprint, right? 26 yards.
It's a better kick.
Whoa. Whoa.
Galloway back to field it. Circling is Galloway, still circling. And there's a nudge in the back, and there comes Galloway down the far sideline. And finally out of bounds at about the 30 after a 80-yard scamper.
I tell you
what,
what,
about 11 yards.
Joey was going the wrong direction, but he's run back 4 of those for touchdowns in his career. Watch this. Oh, this block out here by Davis, a rookie, was crunching. Look at this block here. Jason Moore looking at the ball. Hello.
That's the last place you want to look.
Oh, he's looking up. And
somebody told me that the first time I kicked off as a pro. Don't watch the ball, watch yourself. I was looking at the ball.
Where'd you end up?
Next thing I saw was the lights.
Any stars?
Yes. Hutchinson fakes.
Look at this.
Wide open is Tony McGee. McGee to the 30, to the 15, and inside. The throwback.
Yeah, the old trick 'em.
The old trick 'em worked again.
Yeah, I mean, this is right out of Koslin's bag of tricks from Cincinnati. They dusted it off. Here he is rolling down on the ground. You see that? And Hutchinson did everything he could just to get it there. And now McGee is like, I can't believe there's this much green in between.
58 yards before he is finally taken down by Jason Webster.
It's a great call. They caught him completely off guard.
On first down.
Sure.
Emmett. Smith dances down inside the 5 and out of bounds at the 3.
He still gets the corner. The guy still gets the corner. Did it 3 times last week against Champ Bailey in Washington. And see, the reason why you get the corner is because the offensive line allowed no penetration.
11 yards for Emmitt Smith.
All he needs is to be able to walk that tightrope like the way Dantzler did earlier.
First and goal. Smith stays at the running back spot behind Thomas. And Hutchinson fakes, throws back. Mike Lucky was the intended target. That's a long way to throw it.
And it's a dangerous way to throw it. It's the same thing. It's the same play that they just completed to McGee. Boy, I tell you, Brandon Moore there, if he catches that ball, might go all the way.
Mike Lucky had a crack at it. Now Hutchinson, let's see what he does. Second.
He had to be real lucky to get that.
He wants a timeout. Let's talk about something
silly and unnecessary. Yeah, and you get hit like the way he did. Stats aren't going to show that you had any kind of a game, but he's hung in.
Him at second goal for the Cowboys at the San Francisco 2. They lead by 3 points at this point. Emmitt Smith's the deep back. Chad Hutchinson, the quarterback. And the handoff is to Emmett. Close. About the half-yard line, tripped up by Derek Smith.
Yeah, Emmett likes this part of the field, doesn't he?
Yep.
You know, he's just,
especially on the other side of that line.
Other side of the line. One more foot, a little longer arm extended out there. Now you look at the paper tomorrow and you see Chad Hutchinson say, you know, what did he do? But I tell you what, you know, he's been a leader out there today. He's shown a lot of toughness, just the way the whole team has.
And a gutty performance, you're right. Here's Emmett. He's a walk-in. It's second of the day. And the Cowboys move further ahead. Emmett 15 carries, 55 yards, but 2 touchdowns. Another ball for the collection.
And the ball looks good under his arm. It just does. Well, we need more Emmitt Smiths in this league. And then, I tell you, he gets the respect around the league like maybe only Jerry Rice does. Maybe that's the only other guy that's in that category. And everybody still fears his ability.
And we see it as we go from city to city and we talk to other teams about him.
We're waiting in the lobby for Emmitt Smith to come in there.
His 153rd rushing, 3 wins in a row together. Milestone for him, Jamal Robertson. Well, Billy Cundiff's got to do something, and he did. The kicker stuck his head in there.
He did, and Troy Hambrick finished him off.
But the 49ers get it at midfield.
I saw this Jamal Robertson this year, Pat, over in NFL Europe. Played for the Rhine Fire. He was the MVP of that league and hasn't had many opportunities, of course, with the injuries to Jimmy Williams and different guys. That was a heck of a return to get him good field position.
Billy Cundiff. That didn't look like one of your standard 18-inch necks, did it?
No. That was a tackle by accident.
Here's Garcia. Firing complete to Owen. First down, San Francisco. Next month, Fox Sports Net introduces 5-4-3-2-1. The only show that takes. There's Owens again. Steps out of bounds. 5-4-3-1-2-1 is the entire world of extreme sports all in one place. 5-4-3-2-1 premiering next.
That's the name of the show?
That's the name of the show.
Gotta count it all down.
Yeah, that's what threw me.
Yes.
Premiering weeknights next month only on Fox Sports Net. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's how many points the Cowboys were scoring earlier in the year. 5-4, 3, and it was low.
Garcia whips it outside. Ty Streets is wrapped up immediately by Dwayne Goodrich. A couple of years ago, they had high hopes for Dwayne Goodrich.
Yeah, he was drafted high a couple of years ago. One of those guys that can't get on the field only because of injuries right now. Of course, they cut Dwan Hawthorne just yesterday, another cornerback.
Garcia has to step up and throw deep. And touchdown. Ty Streets. I saw something come loose. It was his shoe. But the 49ers,
you know, they went after
back
Goodrich
in a hurry.
Went after Goodrich there too. And with the injury to Derek Ross right now, you should. I mean, a guy that hasn't been on the field much. They've got a scout report on Goodrich. He didn't play this ball in the air well at all. I mean, what's he doing looking in the backfield that long for? Not looking at Ty Streets at all.
23-yard touchdown heave from Garcia.
And this is a ball in the air, got to play it league. I mean, the ball's in the air, you got to go play it. Not look in the backfield.
5:26 left to play.
That was too easy. With the kickoff return and then a couple of Garcia throws. They didn't work very hard to get that touchdown.
They're not used to a 10-point lead this late in the game. Get Chandler. Extra point. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be against the 49ers, so Chandler will have to do it again.
Holding 88 on the offense. A 10-yard penalty retry.
They'll try that extra point from 10 yards further back.
Rucci probably just happy it wasn't on one of his special teams. Much as they've been hurt today.
Garcia has 30 out of 45, 226 yards. His season high, 30 completion. Chandler. Down the pipe. Pass from Garcia.
Well, with the injuries to the running backs that they've had, Pat, you know, there's not much sympathy in this league. They've gone to the passing game, and three wide receivers, all very good with that guy at the helm. They're attacking a weakness of the Cowboys right now. A young secondary, minus Derek Ross, Darren Woodson, and they're going after some of those people. Suddenly, the pass rush that was getting to Garcia isn't there right now.
That's right. Here's Woody Dantzler, who bought the last kickoff back 84 yards for a Cowboy touchdown. He's going to have a chance to make this one a 90-yard return. And out of the pack he comes again, but can't stay in bounds. Still a good return out to the 35. He's done a good job.
Yep.
Tim Houck knocked him out of bounds. And usually you can hear that happening.
Yeah. Well, for a guy that doesn't look like much, he delivers a thump.
Tim Houck, if you see him in just no pads, looks like a marathon runner.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see many marathon runners deliver a thump.
No.
Usually, you know, it's like a slipper that they wear.
Hutchinson to Galloway. Hit just as he caught it by Plummer.
That was a pretty gutty call right there for Bruce Hostler. You know, 5 minutes to go, you're trying to protect the lead, you come out throwing.
Second down.
Down to 5 minutes left. San Francisco has only one timeout left. Dallas has 2, and they lead by 3. Second and 3 now.
Dallas, it seems like every game outside of that Eagle game earlier in the year has come down to the fourth quarter, win or lose. Scoring or no scoring. And it seems like it's tight. Late fourth quarter decides their games.
That was Galloway's first catch this afternoon. Hutchinson to Emmett. He won't get the first down. Derek Smith, middle linebacker, normally for the 49ers, although in today's defense you don't know who's the middle linebacker.
Well, especially with San Francisco, the way they've been juggling personnel. Moving Julian Peterson all over the place today. Playing guys with broken body parts out there.
Yeah. And playing well with broken body parts.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has held up pretty good. It's really been the special teams that have let them down.
This is a big first down for Dallas right here. We're down to 4 minutes. They need a first.
Oh, what a call.
Hutchinson. They got the first and more as he slides at the 37-yard line of San Francisco. I don't think anybody knew he had the ball.
I don't think anybody knew that he could run with it.
Even him.
I tell you, a couple great calls by Bruce Coslett, and when you're winning and getting some momentum, suddenly the offensive coordinator looks pretty good. But he got everybody in San Francisco to bite. Hutchinson isn't really sure what to do. A slide, put the ball in his right hand, left hand.
He made the right choice. There's Bruce Coslett. He asked me before the game, how long do we know each other? And I don't know.
No answer.
It's been a long time.
Of course, Bruce came, he started in San Francisco here as a pro coach.
Pitch back to Smith. A flag on the play in the direction of Jeff Ulbrich and Solomon Page against Dallas.
That's going to back them up, and it stops the clock as well.
The 49ers again only have one timeout remaining.
Actually, the 49ers here could decline this. They lost the yards on the play. They could go to second down. The clock stopped. They want to get the ball back as quickly as possible. So Mariucci has a decision to make. He's declined it.
I thought he might.
Yeah, he's saying, no, I'll go to second down and take my chances.
77 offense. That penalty is declined. Second down.
It was against Solomon Page. That was declined.
I like the call by Steve. I mean, right now, the clock is your enemy. You want to try and get the ball back as quickly as possible. Now, Dallas right here, it's a lot shorter distance to go, but you get one less down.
We've seen some penalties called that should have been, in our opinion, declined in games earlier this year. The Bears and Detroit, I'm thinking about.
Well, they're still talking about Marty Morningweg in Detroit about that call.
Hutchinson gives to Smith. Inside the 30. Close to a first down, but not quite. Julian Peterson made the stop.
The offensive line is getting better here in Dallas.
And San Francisco has a player hurt. And that will stop the clock.
I tell you right there, Emmett right here behind Tyson Walter. Watch this draw. Boom, that's vision. He saw the A-hole, didn't see it, his B-hole, and took it wherever the opening was. Making some great runs. I mean, it's been fun to watch Emmett here the last couple of weeks.
Well, he's played inspirationally the last couple of weeks.
I don't know.
People say that he doesn't play well when he doesn't have a national stage, but that's not true.
Malarkey.
Yeah.
Malarkey. I'll give you that one. Same guys up there every single week. 3rd and 1. I mean, this is
big down here for
huge.
Both teams. Clock is running. Hutchinson. Dana Stubblefield hit hand, I believe it was.
They're going to have to.
They're going to measure for this.
It looks a little short, Pat.
Yeah, it does look about a half yards. So Cundiff is here with Waylon holding.
All this does is make it a 6-point game. San Francisco just has to score a touchdown.
47 yards away. Snap is good. Hold is good. And the kick is no good.
And San Francisco gets great field position as a result.
47 yards away, and Cundiff is not good.
I'm not going to say this is hindsight or anything, but when you're out of the playoffs and you're just trying to get 3 wins together, you got 4th and a half a yard, Pat. Offensive line, give it to him. Let him give it to it back. Take your chances there. San Francisco's got a lot of life, and you can tell. That's Flanagan. He hasn't jumped that high since. Thought he gave his kickers a boost of confidence, saying that he wasn't going to release them, but they're going to be here the rest of the year, and that's what they do for him.
1st and 10, 49ers. Incomplete behind Eric Johnson. He's come back to the well a few times, but they're thinking right now.
Well, they love this matchup out here. Owens and Goodrich.
They should. Garcia has his time, comes back to his tight end short. Ball came out, but I think he was down. Short of the first down, I started to say. And we should have the 2-minute warning. And Dallas leads by 3.
Oh, what a call.
Garcia sneaks for the first down.
That was all Garcia. He saw the opening and got him on a quick count and snuck it in there. Now they get a fresh set of downs and line right up and call the play at the line of scrimmage.
You spike it now or go for something?
No. You play football now.
That's what he's going to do and does to his tight end, Eric Johnson. They need to get down to about the 30 for Chandler to have a realistic chance to tie things up. But they can't stop the clock unless they do it with a spike. Or an incompletion, of course, or if somebody gets out of bounds. Paul Smith gets the first down.
Well, that's another gutty call.
Yeah.
Running a quick draw to a your third running back.
Now you can spike it.
No, you keep playing, Pat. You go at the line.
He chases. Hardy chases him. He gets the ball to Smith. Smith broke a tackle. And out of bounds he goes there in field goal rounds now if you're thinking about overtime.
Boy, what a...
Those of you who might have joined us, Garrison Hurst is down with an injured knee. Here's Garcia back to throw. And dumps it and stops the clock in the direction of Paul Smith.
Not in any of these uniforms.
Here comes Smith in motion, and here's Garcia. Passes up to Eric Johnson, and this has all the earmarks of overtime, doesn't it?
Well, I think right now Garcia is thinking end zone still. I still think.
Clock still running.
Now you kill it, Pat. Now you get up and you clock it here. That's when you do it here.
Leroy Glover. Now he's telling him he's going to spike it.
Well, he may fake spike it.
He's on! He got it stopped with 27 seconds. Garcia going for the end zone. Incomplete. Roy Williams had his hands on it. It went through the hands of Terrell Owens. 23 seconds left.
Oh yeah, they're waiting on that. Terrell Owens coming over the middle. You know, maybe this was bulletin board material, but they were laying out and just daring him to come in there and catch that ball.
Dexter Coakley, who went out injured earlier, back to make the contact with Owens.
Probably better they didn't even catch that though. Just go to third down and not run any more time off the clock.
Whatever they complete needs to be in the end zone now. And here's Garcia, and he's going to take off with it. And fires to Owens, who gets out of bounds. And that'll move the sticks of first down and stops the clock.
And Garcia is having fun right now. And this is when he's at his best. We've seen him today scramble 30 yards for a touchdown. When he gets out of the pocket and he's running, it said it gets his juices flowing, he gets into the zone, and then guys, the plays break down. The guys come into his vision, and it's hard to cover guys.
Holes that Jeff Garcia can find in that end zone.
Well, Owens scored from around this range a couple series ago, right here. Going across the back of the end zone line.
Here's Garcia back to throw it.
He's looking at him.
Got him. Terrell Owens, touchdown. 12 seconds left on the clock. An 8-yard touchdown strike from Garcia to Owens, and the 49ers not only can win this game, but win the NFC West.
Yeah, they're winning the NFC West all right. And those two guys, what a connection they have. The best receiver in the NFC stepped up here in the fourth quarter. When a team was down, special team errors, defensive backs not healthy, you got to have your stars step up and play and make big plays.
The extra point is good, and that puts it all but out of range unless Woody Dantzler can do some more heroics.
There it is. I mean, working on their backup corner, Goodrich here. Owens just running a square into the back of the end zone line. And Garcia, though, the key was Garcia had vision, stepped up into the pocket. Nothing in team.
Yep.
How that team rose to the occasion on the road here today.
The bouncer to Dantzler.
Former quarterback here. The quarter cost him.
No place to go. 4 seconds left to play.
Coming here, making sure he just walked the guy off the sidelines. Sure we had 11 here.
Hutchinson, far as he can throw it.
There's Owens to knock it down.
The ball is down, and San Francisco will clinch the NFC West with this come-from-behind victory and a brilliant performance by Terrell Owens and Jeff Garcia. And a very disconsolate Dave Campo, who team led by 10 and lost it. Roy Williams, a heck of a performance by him, and Steve Mariucci has to be elated with the result of this one. Final score 31-27.